color on this is amazing. Same tree, less blue. Still beautiful. Another blue spruce that is absolutely beautiful. Different variety. But it does seem to have a little bit of a weeping habit at the top. I'm not sure that's on purpose. The begonias that I wintered are now a border. This is the pond garden. We were talking again today about adding the third pond, which we already have. We just have to get rid of the log in the middle, which is broken down to the point where I can carry it out by the bucketfuls and use it for dirt, compost. All of the pond plants were foraged by my daughter and son-in-law. All the pond plants do not fit. These were the last ones to come back. They do flower. I don't exactly know what they are. I'll see if I can identify them after they start flowering with the app. The last shade tarp is up. I don't believe it's finished because Rick hasn't gotten his hands on it yet. Isn't that beautiful? So this is why I wanted to start cleaning back here. I don't want junk laying around to take away from the beauty that is to come. So, not done, but worked on it. The one spot looks better anyway. It just cooled off and I wasn't able to clean the greenhouse yet. But I did start putting some of the trays back in there that are in the way because I need to clean up the back. Maybe halfway done cleaning. And it has to be organized where I can bring plants out from the house now that the shade cloth's on. So I still have a little rearranging to do, a little cleaning. But I'm gonna go pull some dirt from the log. This is where the garlic is drying. I have a pot mess. Stragglers that need to go in the greenhouse just to get them out of the way so I can clean. I still have things that need to be potted up. Recently dug up and potted echinacea. Still going kind of crispy looking in the heat of the day, but in the morning it's completely recovered. A lot of that's been going on. Plants going crispy in the heat of the day. I need another shade back here, and I do have one if I want to stick one more up. One 5-gallon bucket of log compost and one pot from last year that I'm not reusing. What was good, I potted up and stuck in the greenhouse on one of the trays. This came up with the compost. So I'm going to water this and put it in the shade. Do I really need it? Heck no. Do I keep everything even though I shouldn't? Yeah, I do. It's a ground cover. It can be invasive, but it is also pretty and gives me great winter interest. Vinca, to Vinca vine. Not to be confused with Vinca the flower. Although it does have a flower. They were blooming. I don't know if they still are. Rows of Sharon grow 1 to 2 feet a year, and these are on their second year. So I'm expecting to get some good growth out of them, and they may bloom. Some of them should bloom, but not all of them. Definitely these bigger, taller ones. Little chunks of wood I'm putting at the bottom of a pot that I'm using next. It's a big pot. I'm up potting. These little tiny pots. Succulent pots. I can repurpose the rest of this soil too for the next project. That's what I'm doing. Oh my goodness, look at that root. It's huge. this is where I left off. Getting things in the ground. This is really beautiful later on. Shrimp plant. It's a tropical, and that particular plant does winter in the house well. So I guess if I was going to do one over again, I would probably keep this one in the bunch. And I do have seeds from the parent plant. So that'll fill out a good spot here in front of the greenhouse, which I have worked on some more. Okay, let's get the shrimp plant in the ground. I have a eucalyptus here too that'll be really big and tall and pretty, an elephant ear. Kind of lost, but it hopefully will do better in the ground than it did in a pot last year. So that's last year's elephant ear, last year's shrimp plant. And there's a Tropicana that I put in the ground that wintered in the house. Ran into a rock. Wondered why it was digging so hard. Filled up enough to fill in. And over here, it's a ginger plant. I planted last year, it didn't come up. This year it did. I somewhat take care of pots when I know I put something in them. But I think I'm going to put it in the ground. My goal is to not have more in pots than I actually need to. So I'm going to put it right there where it's at. It's been out here acclimating to the conditions here, so it'll do fine. I still have one empty pot that I believe has turmeric in it. This is in the ground and watered, the ginger. This side also has a canna, tropical canna that was wintered in the house. Oh, it's this one. Amaryllis. And I have one on the other side. They didn't bloom, but some green came up and they looked healthy, so I put both of them in the ground. This one has a baby. The Tropicanas don't look healthy when I first planted them. Usually the leaves that are there now will die back and then it'll regrow new leaves and the new leaves will look good. This one has new leaves on it. Too much detail. And I did work on the greenhouse a little more. I have to clean the heat mats and roll them up and put them away. Pretty good. I feel good about what's done. Primrose. Right outside the greenhouse. This year's painted daisy shouldn't be blooming already, but it's going to. Usually they don't bloom the first year. I had 4 that made it. Honeysuckle. I just love the coloring on it. Sweet William. I just noticed them blooming when I was walking to the garbage can. I do want to cut these hopefully today. I do want to start cutting the things that I will need dried for later. That's a nice set right there. Alliums. Even the echinacea that's in the ground is looking wilty. Too hot, even for echinacea. That's hot. No wonder I'm sweating.